All right, if you've been trying to buy a home anywhere in Ocala, you know the feeling, right? It's been this endless competition, prices just going up, and honestly, it just felt like the deck was stacked against you. But what if I told you that for 2026, the entire game has changed? Seriously, the balance of power is shifting, and guess what? It's tilting right in your direction.
Let's be real, the last few years felt less like house hunting and more like some kind of crazy competitive sport you were never going to win. Bidding wars, being forced to waive inspections, it was just exhausting. You've probably been sitting on the sidelines just waiting for a sign. Well, you can stop waiting. That sign is finally here.
And look, this isn't just wishful thinking. The actual data is backing this up. We're not talking about some dramatic market crash or anything like that, but something even more important, a market correction. It's a fundamental rebalancing that is putting homebuyers like you back in the driver's seat for the first time in, well, what feels like forever.
So what's actually behind this huge shift? It's not super complicated, but it changes absolutely everything. Let's pull back the curtain and look at the simple reason why you suddenly have all this new power. It all really boils down to one single powerful number. Just one statistic that completely flips the script on the entire home buying game. So what is it? 47.1%. According to a recent Redfin report, that is how many more homes are for sale across the country than there are buyers to actually buy them. Just let that sink in for a second. For years, you've had buyers fighting over a handful of houses. Now it's the sellers who are competing for you. This is what we call market leverage. And really, it's just basic supply and demand. When you've got more homes than buyers, sellers can't just throw out a crazy price and expect a bidding war. All of a sudden, they have to work to get your attention. And what that means for you is more options and real, actual negotiating power. Okay, so leverage is a great word, but what does it actually mean for you? When you're walking through an open house or you're thinking about putting in an offer, how does this new power translate into real-world advantages? Just think about how it was. You had to offer way over the asking price, probably waive the inspection, and just agree to whatever the seller wanted. Well, you can forget all that. Now you can actually negotiate the price. You can ask the seller to chip in for closing costs, and you absolutely should insist on an inspection to protect yourself. The timeline can now work for your schedule, not just theirs. But, that's the big national picture. So let's bring it right back home. How is this power shift actually showing up right here on the streets of Ocala? You can see these signs everywhere. First, there are just more listings, which means more choices for you. Second, houses are sitting on the market a little bit longer. That frantic, high-pressure feeling to make a decision in 5 minutes? Yeah, that's fading. And maybe most importantly, you're seeing more and more price cuts. Sellers are finally realizing they have to be realistic to get their home sold. Now, this doesn't mean every single house is suddenly a bargain. A perfect home in a great neighborhood is still going to get attention. But here's the secret, the pro tip. Start paying close attention to the homes that have been on the market for 30, 60, even 90 days. That's where a smart, strategic buyer can find a really fantastic opportunity. Okay, so knowing you have this power is one thing, but knowing how to actually use it is what gets you the keys to a new house. So here it is, your playbook for winning in this new Ocala market. This really requires a completely different mindset. The crazy, frenzied rush is over. The buyers who are going to win now won't be the fastest. They're going to be the smartest. This isn't a sprint anymore. It's a chess match. So here's your game plan. Step 1, do your homework. Know what homes in the area are actually selling for, not just what they're listed at. Step 2, be patient and watch. That days on market number is your new best friend. The higher it is, the more power you have. Step 3, get your ducks in a row. Be crystal clear on your budget and your must-haves so you're ready to move when you find the right place. And finally, step 4, make a smart offer. It should be fair, but don't be afraid to make an offer that reflects this new reality. You're negotiating from a position of strength now. All right, let's bring this all together. After years of feeling like you were playing defense, the whole game has finally changed in your favor. This really is the moment so many of you have been waiting for. The takeaway here is so simple, and it's worth saying again. You have more leverage today than you've had in years. This isn't some tiny little adjustment. It is a fundamental shift in power, and it is all yours. So what this really means is that the whole home buying journey can just be less stressful. You actually get some breathing room to ask questions, to think clearly, and to negotiate without feeling desperate. you can finally make one of the biggest decisions of your life at a pace that actually feels right for you. The power has shifted, the strategy is clear, and the opportunities are popping up all over Ocala. The market is not stacked against you anymore. So the only question left is the one you see right here. What's your next step?